I wish he'd hurry up. Fried eggs are getting cold. So am I. I've realised my only chance of survival in what is basically a meaningless universe, which provides little in the way of permanence, is to order my life so that it fits exactly around somebody's every whim. Hello, nice day. No. Oh. Terrible. What? You had a terrible day. I can't bring myself to speak. Oh. You were at an important meeting? Yes. And then for lunch? We went to hear some internationally renowned pianist playing for a visiting president. Then? The pianist tripped on a curb crossing the road and a bus went over his fingers. They look like 10 kippers on a slab. So? There was panic! People naturally turn to you. I had tails on. They asked you if you would go on disguised as the pianist, so there wouldn't be an international upset. The president is piano mad, you see. She'd be furious if the thing was cancelled. So, although it had been 10 years since I played Chopin's second concerto, you said yes. I could remember most of it. I got through the first 2 movements without a hitch. But then, in the middle of the 3rd movement, I suddenly thought of me! Yes! I played a succession of bum notes, then finished with chopsticks. It's all my fault! The president walked out. Catastrophe was only averted by giving her the entire Dublin Symphony Orchestra as hostages. I've ruined your career. Yes! Might I inquire why you are lying half naked on the dining table, covered in fried eggs? I thought you liked exotic meals, like in Hong Kong, with the caviar. I couldn't get fish eggs. Are the eggs in the wrong place? No! Following my international faux pas, I've been thinking. I've not treated you very well. I've come to the conclusion that you really are much more intelligent, resourceful, and powerful than you think. And as I'm a complete failure as somebody, you have to take over. Me? Yes. Put the fried eggs on me. Slap them on. I have an intuitive feeling that you are somebody. You're a born leader. Oh, for God's sake! Stand up straight! Unknock those knees. Take on a look of superiority and scorn. There. You have a sort of Napoleonic greatness about your whole being. Now, eat the eggs. I'm not hungry. Eat the eggs when you're told. All right. Like this. Ah! Take the fork in. That's it! Now, say, I am somebody. I not. Right. This is loaded. If you don't start acting like somebody immediately. Oh my God. What am I going to do? Here's the knife, stab me instead. Work! Work, you bloody thing! What's wrong with the knife? Shut up! This is important. Damn. Defenseless. Right. You. You hear this? It's a bomb. This string-like substance is an electrode. You're wired up to it. If you don't start acting like somebody within an hour, the electrode will pick up on the feeble pulses emanating from your personality and blow you to bits. You're going out into the real world. No! No, not the real world. I've forgotten how to walk. My legs, they're out of control. Now, if anybody asks, you say that you are somebody. Sneer and look them in the eye. Which eye? The right. But at once. One at a time. It doesn't matter! Oh, thank God! He's gone. The real letter. Which eye again? Get out! Get out! Get out! The real letter. The fool fell for that blank I left him in my coat. Dear nobody, you asked my assistant to post a bundle of letters for you in such a pathetic and incompetent manner this morning that he is convinced that you will make an appropriate subject for my coming film. A day in the life of a complete non-entity. If you would be interested in letting us film you and your day-to-day existence, fee negotiable, contact the above address and I will visit and audition you in your own home. Yours importantly, Major Film Director. That's why I had to get him out of the house, you see. If he'd been filmed instead of me and become... I'd have died. Ever since I lost my job, selling papers to cars stopped at traffic lights, I've been cracking up. I was a somebody when I sold papers. All the other vendors looked up to me because I had been doing it longest. But now, I have a dread that he'll follow me one day to where I'm playing spoons down that alley. Tick-tack, tick-tack.
I'll throw down a few blackened pennies in his hat. Then denounce him! You! Nobody! Playing spoons for my money.
And I'll crumble up and beg him to stay my friend.
Well, I'll pick up the spoons. It's time to play them better.
A virtuoso spoon player! And crowds will gather dropping fibers! And he'll end up playing at the Royal Albert Hall! And dessert! Until this came along, I was beginning to lose my grip. I'd gotten into debt, you see. I wasn't making enough at the spoons. I had to borrow to buy a gun to intimidate the other buskers who wanted to kick me off my pitch. I went to a loan shark. Then I couldn't pay it back. I was playing the spoons like mad to keep up the installments, but the interest kept doubling every other day. I owe millions to this big, violent-looking man who hires ex-boxers to chase up debts. Any day now, they're going to come round to the door and duff me. And my gun's broke. And nobody will think I'm a nobody too. Unless they mistake him for me. That's why I dressed him in my clothes. In the meantime, I can get rich by posing as him. Oh, this letter. I was sunk till you came along. You beautiful bit of stewed and steam-rollered tree. Now, they said they'd be round about now. I rang them. The famous film director will walk in and say,
You nobody boy! What are you doing?
Watching the walls for blankness.
Terrific! Can I film it?
You'll have to be quick. I'm getting in the wardrobe soon.
The wardrobe! What are you doing there?
I whimper like this.
Oh, this is really great! What else do you do all day?
Nothing. I claw my face, cry, scream, and dwell in a depressing way on the emptiness and meaninglessness of my existence.
Can we catch you doing this?
You're not going to spoil it by making my life meaningful, are you?
No way. Here, sign the contract.
oh,
Yeah, cigarette?
you're late. You know that?
It's the director's prerogative. I've got important things to do at my studio, like sleeping with people who want roles in my next production.
Sorry, I only asked.
Well, don't. Being late is only one of the ways a famous director uses to shit on people less important than him.
Any time now. Oh, I better get staring at the walls. Oh, God! I've never noticed how truly blank they were before. How empty! Meaningless! Simply terrifying vacuity! Staring straight back at you. I've been beaten off! Did they say anything? Is the debt clean?
I've lost 3 of my teeth.
Well, look at the bright side. Think how many teeth you still got left. Oh, you can't stay here. Out! You've got 49 minutes left to turn yourself into a somebody before you explode.
I don't care
Shut
if it's that or being beaten up by a big-nosed boss in a parade.
Any what?
Just now.
I walked down the garden path. This big black car draws up, and a fat guy in a beret gets out. Asked me if I was nobody, and did I live here? All I could hear was this bomb ticking on my front, so I said no. I was somebody. Then I did this to his eyes, and told him to get his miserable, stinking, rusting tin pot Bentley off my street. He asked me if I knew who he was.
I said yes. An insignificant little twerp with too much nose.
Then he started to beat me up. Hit me over the head with a clapperboard. A clapperboard? One of those things. Click, click, click.
You idiot!
You nobody! That's what he said.
Oh, I'm going to beat you to a pulp.
He said that as well.
Do you realize what you've done? The whole world was there at the tips of my grasping fingers. Like fruit. Ripe fruit. Ready for me to squeeze. Riches, fame, mansions, lobsters, holidaying in the Bahamas, gambling in Monte Carlo, and you. I was going to have meaning in life as somebody at last, and you traded it in for 3 of your tears! Now get out of my sight! You
finish on the carpet. You! Nobody? Stop pretending you're dead. I can see you breathing. God. Tickle, tickle. Nobody! It's not funny, you know. It's bad taste. It's a pretty sick sense of humor you've got. Where's your pulse? Come on! Oh, stop holding on to your blood. Oh, I just got a bit carried away, officer. Baking the bread, kneading the dough. He came over to have a look. Bent out to check I was doing it right. I got something in my eye. Couldn't see. Next moment, he was strangled. No! He swallowed a ping pong ball. And I was only helping to get it out. Squeeze, squeeze. Go! We have this pet boa constrictor. And he was using it as a scarf. Oh my God! I got to get rid of the body. Acid in the bath. No! Just donate his body to science. Just leave his body outside the hospital, holding a note with compliments. Yes. The heavies come round. They ask, does somebody live here? I say, oh, he did, but he was in the wardrobe chasing moths. When all of a sudden, heart attack. They go away. I phoned the police. Hello, police. I'd like to report a murder. And I pin it on the famous film director.
Famous director?
The guy who beats you up. The letter U got was from him. So I switched it for a blank, so I could pretend to be you and take your place in a film. You must have been seen beating you up. I'll get damages. Millions! Oh, oh.
You switched my letter so you could take my place in a film.
Yes! Now get into wardrobe and stiffen up. Hello? Police? Police? I'd like to report a murder.
Me?
Will you shut up? Sorry? Yes? Oh, he died after being beaten up by a famous film director.
I'll tell them that it was you.
Do you think they listen to the hysterical rantings of a dead person?
I'm not dead anyway.
Don't listen to him. He is. But he hasn't quite completed some of the chemical changes. Yes. My name's Somebody. I live at 3 Desolate Mews. Get on the floor and shut your eyes or I'll kill you again, right?
You can't kill me twice, that's sick.
Yes! The crime of the century. Notoriety. And I'm in prison. And I'm put in solitary confinement. And I'm safe from those sharks out there. Sorry? Police? About that murder. Actually, it was me. Who have I killed? Nobody. Yes, that's right. Twice. I've murdered nobody.
What? No, I'm not taking the piss. Really? Are you sure? Oh, couldn't you imprison me anyway? Killing nobody isn't against the law, apparently.
Just as I've always suspected.
You've got to help me.
After you pinch my leather.
But there's worse. They're going to come for me soon. People I owe money to. Ex-boxers.
You're a billionaire. Just scribble out a check.
I'm not! I'm a spoon player. Ticky-tacky. I make $6.50 on a good day.
That's ridiculous. They'd never let a spoon player play with the stock exchange like a yo-yo.
Our whole relationship has been a lie.
With the restaurant orgies.
Me sitting in a local cafe on my own.
Did the trip to Hong Kong?
I walked once around the block and tricked you about the time.
So it wasn't 6 months.
No.
I hadn't gone mad.
No.
You bastard!
Yes!
First, you tried to trick me that you're somebody, and now you're pretending you're not. Stop trying to undermine my fragile sense of identity!
You must have guessed! Everyone else knew!
I'm going into the wardrobe to bring you.
No! I'm going in there. You see, you're going to help me by switching places for a day.
But what about the ex-boxers you owe money to? You said they were coming to get you.
Yes. Well, now we've traded places. They're your problem, not mine.
But when are they going to come?
Well, look through the keyhole. Jeans!
Moving about. Three pairs.
Big, overweight buttocks crammed into them.
It's okay then. You can open it. It's only the postman.
Postmen.
Three postmen. They're probably carrying an enormous parcel. Needs 3 of them to lift it. They have a parcel for somebody. That's you. So you better open it. Oh, remember to say that you are somebody, or they might deliver it to the wrong house. Answer it just this once, and say that you're somebody, and I promise I'll go back to being somebody, and you can be nobody again.
Promise?
Yes.
Hello, I'm somebody!
Oh God! I don't want to listen to this!
Somebody help! Give him some money! Give him some money!
That could be me being liquidized by their fists.
Oh!
Some people would think me contemptible for not going out there to help. But he was just a nobody. Expendable. Cannon fodder. Just one of the billions of non-entities who have lived, died, and been forgotten since time began. The screams have stopped. He's probably lying against the wall, mumbling through thick, bleeding lips right now. Maybe I should go and just see. Drag him in. Phone for an ambulance. Okay. But someone else will probably see him and do that. Oh, but that's if they've left him there at all. The heavies would probably have taken him off in the boot of a car, made him concrete wellies, then sploosh into the nearest sewer. And no God, no millions of stairs up to the pearly gates. Just dead. I did well. I survived. And that's all that matters. Fancy wearing my t-shirt. Another letter. To nobody. Maybe it's from the famous film director. An apology? An out-of-court settlement? It's blank. Weird. I mean, what does it mean? Surely not. That I... No. No! No! I'm somebody! I'm a newspaper vendor who's been made redundant. I'm going to get a gig playing at the Cork Opera House. I am, yeah, ticky, tacky, 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 tacky. I am somebody. Somebody. And no. No! No! Nobody!
Guilty, are you?
Nobody! Haunting me. Shoving white spectres of paper into the room.
I'm an embodiment of your imagination.
It was you or me.
Don't get uptight.
I'm not.
Cruel
I'm not a cruel bastard.
If I were you, I'd shoot yourself.
I will.
Your gun broken.
I'll cut my throat.
That'll hurt.
Yes, okay.
I'll take an overdose.
There's some pills in the cupboard.
Thanks.
Anything for a friend.
How many do I take?
The whole bottle.
Oh my God. It's working already.
Oh well. At least I'll get a good night's sleep. Before I die.
You're awake.
Nobody! You're black. Where are the stitches? Crutches? Plaster casts? Scars from plastic surgery?
What are you talking about?
The dirty trick I played on you. Getting you sent out there to be beaten up by those 3 bruising debt collectors.
Oh, with that? I sorted that out. It was a close thing, of course. They grabbed me and spread-eagled me against the wall. Demanded the 850 euros you owed them. Didn't you hear me screaming for help?
I had my fingers in my ears.
I was saved by the real postman. As he came toward the house, they put me down and dusted me off and pretended they were being friendly. They had a letter for our house, addressed to nobody. I opened it. Inside was a reply from one of the important people I'd written to earlier in the week. She said she was sorry she couldn't make it for tea, but since I sounded pretty miserable, alone and hard up, she enclosed 10 100-euro notes to cheer me up. I immediately paid off your debt, tipped the bruisers 50 euros, and then, feeling bitter about the way you betrayed our friendship, I put the blank piece of paper you tricked me with into the envelope and posted it under the door. And the rest is history.
What do you mean? Where did you get those new clothes?
Oh, sorry. Didn't I mention it? I thought it was obvious from my demeanour. I am somebody now. Yes. Funny, isn't it, the way things work out? As I walked away, after putting the note under the door, I was accosted by a young lady. She mistook me for being somebody because it was written on the shirt I was wearing. With 100 euros in my pocket, I had a sudden urge to play at being rich and famous.
I took her to a casino where I blew the 100 euros on roulette and intoxicating spirits before breaking the bank in a run of luck that ran to over 1 million euros. Well, I proposed to the young lady and we were married the next week. I now live in an attractive penthouse some miles across town.
But how long have I been asleep?
2 weeks. You took rather a lot of sleeping pills. Remember? However, I still propose to visit every day or so, just to show there's no hard feelings. After all, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today.
So, you're leaving. I'm just a nobody. All on my own.
Don't take it so bad. I'll pop round after work for meals. Stay the night sometimes. To keep you company. Yeah. I must be off now, so important meetings.
It's okay. I know what to do. You don't have to tell me.
That's right. See you later.